Please don't break. Please don't break.
It's a glass.
This is glass. Lord, please don't let me break it.
That's
What's the red solo cup?
Did we leave it in the car?
Probably. Do you guys got one?
Yeah, I'll grab it.
Just grab that. Please, Lord. I'll continue to pray over the glass. Please don't break. Please don't let me break you. Please, in the name of the Father, Son, and That's what I'm talking about. Back up. Oh, that's the one I had.
That's the one you had.
Peppermints, black walnuts, kryptonite.
All of that. Now let me see.
I'm ready whenever you are.
All right. You just want to
I'm not going to let this up. Please don't spill anything either, Jimmy.
Let me get you that. Let's not rush and get what we need.
Okay. Pre-production, y'all. Behind the scenes. Thank you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, nephew.
Here we go.
Okay, son. Luenell, original backup. Luenell, original backup. Luenell. Luenell, original backup. Luenell, original backup. Luenell on YouTube. What's up, everybody? Come on in here. This is me, Luenell, the original bad girl of comedy. Welcome to the HeyLuenell YouTube show, where every week you never know how we're gonna be rigged up in here. You know, every week we're trying something different. So we're doing, I don't know what we will call this one. We'll call this the original. It's the original setup on the phone. Okay? So I hope you guys can see me real good and hear me real good, and it's gonna be a very interesting show. Today's beverage is a beautiful brut rosé, whose name I just crumpled up in my hand because there ain't no sponsor. But I'm gonna be going deep today in the subject arena, and I am gonna need a beverage. Here's to you. Yes, baby. We are also taking all the anointings of you prayer warriors out there and aiming them at this glass. This very delicate crystalware,
handmade
glass, whatever, that my sister has so graciously loaned me. Will it stop her life if I break this glass? No. Will it be typical of me to break this glass? Yes. But do I want to break this glass? I don't want to. Really gonna try hard not to do that. All right, awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Zachary. Thank you. You started? Yep, we just started. Come on. Get out! Out! Fuck. Okay, you know, invite my sister to come on in here and have a seat and join us for the HeyLuenell YouTube show. Didn't I just do that? But this bitch has been torturing me with plastic bugs, plastic spiders, like we're fucking 5 years old. She almost hurt my fucking newly operated on knee when she put the fucking Beatles thing on my foot. Get the fuck out of here with that. Then she comes over the other day and put the giant slider on my fucking glasses. I'm like, you really reliving your fucking childhood with me, ain't you? Shit. So anyway, okay, that's what goes on behind the scenes at the yes. At the HeyLuenell YouTube show. Usually have a beverage. I usually have an edible. I wouldn't let you down this week. Yours truly has eaten not one, not two, not three, but 4 chocolate espresso coffee beans because I'm feeling some type of way. Okay, before we get off into the crux of the show, I just want to do a little warm up, make sure that everybody is maybe calling somebody, texting somebody, saying, she's mine and she looks amazing. Go ahead, do that. And, yeah, just to get everybody time to get settled and get your beverage and join me, or light your joint and join me, which I would have done that too, but I ran a little late today. I ordered a new fabulous pair of glasses that I found here in Texas. You'll see them someday. Now, quick knee report. Today is the first day that I've come over to my sister's house with no walker, no cane, no nothing, just me. I ain't going fast, and I ain't bending them corners like I used to yet, but you wait till I come back and get this motherfucker cut open. Oh boy. And do I have some material for you about that shit? You know, because the main thing I took away from that whole knee operation experience is that a bitch really can get a catheter. I wouldn't have thought that my little people would open up and let nobody put a catheter up there. But baby, I'll be talking about it on stage whenever you see me. And that was a trip. So today is celebratory that I don't have any outside assistance other than the good Lord and myself to balance on as of right now. Cheers. Now, I just have to say that I'm not an avid Dancing with the Stars watcher. I watch sometimes if somebody I know is on, or I watch sometimes if I, maybe they go down just a little bit there. And I watch when, I'm really super interested. I'm not really super interested right now, but I have been watching because when you staying at my other sister's home, sis, who has been taking such good care of me during my knee operation, and if you stay with her, then I don't try to be demanding because I'm the type of house guest, I'm grateful to be here. I ain't trying to take the fuck over any of your amenities that you extend to me. I appreciate it. Except for when it comes to the heat, I got a little private heater in the room. I will turn that motherfucker on baked potato and she hates to go in there. Hey, you don't need to have this on when you ain't in there. I said, I'm just warming up the room so for when I go in there. I don't know how you stay in that oven.
You put on baked
having a hot flash. Then keep it like fucking, you can keep meeting sister's house. I can't wait to get back to Sunday California. And I'm not saying when I'm going, but you're just gonna look up and I'll be there. Because, that's the way it is these days. That's why people getting fucked up. Letting everybody know I'm finna be over here. Now I'm finna be right there in 30 minutes. That's where I'm going.
Let me go squint another one. So.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That sounds very, disco inferno here, right?
Yeah, this is the one that's normally around.
So, okay, you hear Zachary in the background, darling nephew, who's been helping me, during my recovery period so I could carry on with the show. And shout out to Ladybug and Billiam who are out there watching. Ladybug, I see you soon, baby. And, hey, William, they're at the studio. Next Wave DLZ, Sherman Oaks, California. If you're trying to produce something you want to run up through it, bitch, which a lot of people do, then, we have a production company for you to run through. All right. Okay, I talked about the drink, I talked about the thing. Oh, here's another subject I wanted to talk about, like I was saying about Dancing with the Stars. So, they got Nelly on Dancing with the Stars, and every now and then they do have rappers on Dancing with the Stars. certain rappers that they brought on say, I'm not wearing that bullshit. I'm not wearing all that shit. I'm dancing these fucking Air Force Ones and these Nikes, these Jordans or whatever the fuck. I ain't wearing them old glittery ass bullshit shoes. That's what some of them must be saying. Now, excuse me. Then we have Johnny Ware, who was the ice skating Olympiad, you know, and a boss motherfucker on the ice because he can be the little bird that he's always trying to be, you know, just sailing along. And so Johnny Ware is on Dancing with the Stars. Then they have a little sister that I don't know. Then they have a sister, another sister that I don't know. And one of the sisters I don't know is a contestant. The other sister I don't know is the professional dancer. And you know, she got to know all that shit, all that shit the white girls know on there to be doing the tangos and the paso doble and shit like that. Cha-cha, shit like that. And so then they had uh, thick chick. I don't know her name either. They got the thick chick, and then they had different people. So Johnny Ware really wanted this motherfucker. He really wanted it, and I thought that motherfucker deserved to get it because if you're an ice skater, you're already 9/10 of the way there. Of doing the dance. You know how to flow and all this kind of stuff. And he was giving it his all. Then they had some scandal because Carrie Ann Naba apparently had been fucking one of the coaches who was dancing with another bitch during the competition. And for the first 5 episodes, Carrie Ann and I was like, yeah, well, no, you didn't do this. You suck. Fuck you and that bitch. Okay. And let's go. Carrie Ann Naba 3. She was fucking their ass up, boy. And then finally, she broke the bitch. The bitch was crying one week. I'm doing like recap, right? Fucking Dance with Stars recap with style. So the bitch was crying and shit, and the boy was like, she just fucking, we had a relationship with her. That's when all that shit came out. And then so Carrie Ann and I felt sorry for the bitch, so she eased up. Because Carrie Ann and I would give 0 fucks in case you hadn't noticed on Dance with the Stars. You think at home somebody killed her. Carrie Ann and I would be like, no, it was a no for me. So, but here's what, and then we have Tyra, who thinks she's on Pose every week. There's some weeks they get it, lots of weeks they don't. I swear she had an album on her head. They said, that's not an album, that's a hat. I said, that's an album made it look like a hat. Or vice versa.
Like a vinyl record?
Yes! So anyway, later Tyra lost that hat. That motherfucker, she knew, get this motherfucker off my head. And so she's had a couple of really hot outfits, and the others have been like, no. And she did the Steve Harvey and fucking called the wrong motherfucking winner one week. As you know, them pills and that liquor is the blood spray. There, I said it. Not to say Tyra's on pills and weed. I'm just saying that pills and liquor is a motherfucker. That's all I'm saying.
It might be unrelated.
I don't know. Shit. So here's where I am. They got rid of Johnny Ware. It was heartbreaking. He really wanted it, and they kept Nelly. Now, so the judges do the judging, but then apparently the audience, the heart wants what the heart wants. And apparently the heart wants Nelly. And I know the money go up every week, but you be tired in a motherfucker too, because Dancing with the Stars will take over your entire life 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. What the fuck? You gotta know what you buy now when you want to go dancing and prancing with the motherfucking stars. And Nelly, that's not his motherfucking genre, you feel me? But every week, now, I don't know about Nelly's like, vote me off, motherfuckers, I'm tired. God damn it, I'm ready to go home. And then they say, and the couple we're going to save tonight, Nelly and so. And he'd be like, yeah, fuck. Be tired, ready to go home. They kicked Miss Wendy off, I think, first episode, she was glad that motherfucker. Well, first or second. She's like, bye, Wendy. And she was glad. But she did it, it don't matter. I probably wouldn't make it past week 1 either. I'd be like, oh, I'm tired, shit. Okay, thanks everybody. Give me my. I'll take a little back. I'm gone.
Would you do Dancing with the Stars?
No.
Would you do Masked Singer?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to put that in the atmosphere.
But I have a feeling that, I've tried to disguise my voice before. I have a feeling like I would get made like the minute I open my fucking mouth. Unless they put whatever on your voice. Then maybe, I could get away with it. I'll be one of the ones like Wendy that come out not standing up. I'll find some boys will carry me out or something. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, first of all, I want to thank everybody who watched Iyanla Fix My Life. Dramatic music change.
We're all here for
dramatic music change. Okay. I want to thank everybody. For those of you who don't know, my daughter and I were on the second episode of this new and last season of Iyanla Fix My Life. I'm going to tell some of the stuff that you didn't see, and then I'm going to tell you about the experience from my daughter and I can't speak for my daughter, from my standpoint, and the aftermath of the show. So, first of all, as you heard Iyanla say, we met a couple of years ago at the Essence Festival. Brief conversation, picture, I think maybe 2-minute conversation. There's a lot going on at the Essence Festival. And I did say, I need to come on your show one day. And she said, oh, that's fine. Just email me. I said, okay. But I never did. And what I was talking to her about on that day was a totally unrelated situation. I was trying to get some family members, not my brothers and sisters, to come on the show because, I got an issue. And they politely declined. I don't blame them. It wouldn't have come out as pretty as this one did. Then I asked, so I said that back at the Essence Festival. Only, I don't even know what year it is. I don't know if this was last year or this year, early this year. What is this? This is November?
November.
So it might have been, okay, it might have been January. It might have been January of this year. I really don't remember. And her company called me. Excuse me.
Champagne.
So, I didn't know, of course, at that time that it was her last season, and that wouldn't have made any difference. I didn't even know how my name came up or how they were able to contact me because I was text first. And the only way I could think of is that someone who works on her crew worked with me on another show. Because I don't think that Iyanla had me on the 10 people season closer wish list. But when they said my name, this person, then to the producers, maybe then they might have said, yeah, okay, or maybe somebody canceled, I don't know. So I asked my daughter, because we did have issues, and I said, hey, you want to go do Iyanla Fix My Life? I said, free trip to Atlanta, whatever. And one of her best friends lives in Atlanta, who's only going to be there like 2 days. And so one thing about my daughter is she is way more private than I am. She's a dancer. She's not an actress. She's not trying to be one. She's a professional dancer, not on a pole. She knows several genres of dance. She's danced at award shows, Soul Train Awards last year with MC Hammer, Keisha Cole, and Goapele at the Staples Center, and Lizzo's
Grammy performance.
Performance for the Grammys. So she's serious. But I tried to tell her that being a little more aggressive in her social media, it's never bad to have attention. I've never been one to try to drag her into the limelight. Although as my daughter was growing up, she lived, to what some might consider a little bit of a charmed life, and to some might consider still does. she's been, all over with me and backstage with me and met so many people and had so many experiences. Now, so she doesn't have, pop on my gram or anything like that. She just doesn't roll that way. And I had to come to terms with that and say, don't push her. Okay, that's don't do that. If she's not comfortable doing that, don't be a stage mom. Don't do that. I always ask, and she even broke down and said we might do an Instagram live one day. That's all I can hope for. But yeah, she's way more private, and we had discussed going to therapy before, but never followed through. The mother-daughter dynamic is a deep one. You wouldn't think it is, and for some it's not. I know one person whose kids are literally, very respectful. There's always one that get pregnant or something like that, but I know. Well, I don't know. I think I know people's business, and you just don't know people's business. Just because they act great and cool in front of you and not in public, don't mean that that's what's going on behind the scenes. Because I know my daughter is very polite in public, and does not turn up or anything like from my friends. She's trained that way, good home training, and it's stuck, and she knows what to do. She don't, she don't turn up like that. But she's just not trying to be, in my lane. Although, that like I'm very proud of her for having a art that she loves, that she found on her own, that she didn't have to go through all my models and now what am I gonna do with my life? And ever since she was a little girl, she's been a dancer. When I was asked on the show, was your mother at your first recital? I was not. Her first recital was at church because when I abandoned her, which we're going to go into that in a minute, she was left with her father and his mother and her aunt in the same house. That's a village. I didn't throw her out on the curb. That's what abandonment sounds like to me, But it had been agreed upon with her father and me that this is a time, go ahead on, I got the baby, go ahead on and go to LA. And he said, just don't go down there bullshitting, and which I did not. Now, during my absence, it wasn't continuous. I was always going down, up and down Highway 5, back to Oakland, back to the Bay to see her every holiday that I could. And, the money was being, extended. And I didn't think about some of the things that she brought up in the show. I didn't think about that at that age, because she was 5 and she was 12 when she came to live with me for the rest of her life in LA. So I had even people know I've been incarcerated as well. Then I was like not even 1 when I got taken to jail. So she only knows the things she's been told. She didn't experience like a yearning for her mom at that age. Like she had a village of loving relatives that was kicking in, and I don't think at that age when I went to jail could she know that I was not there. I could be wrong, because I could be wrong. But anyway, that happened, and when I went away for the extended period of time, it was an agreed upon thing within our family. But when Iyanla was saying that, she brought out that my daughter had abandonment issues too. I didn't know that, because even now when she says she doesn't like to help me pack because I'm going somewhere, I didn't know she gave a fuck. Really, I didn't. I'm always thinking that, as much as we were getting on each other's nerves, I was thinking that she'd be glad that I was thinking that you should be glad to help me get the fuck up out of your hair. You'll have 5 days without me. and I'll be back. But I was wrong. You know, she got that hard exterior from me. I got it from the man who raised me. And I couldn't stand him and ended up being quite like him. And my daughter, quite like me. You know, having kids is it ain't for punks. Everybody can't do it well. Even the people who thought they did it well sometimes find out they did not do it well. And you have a baby, and you know everybody's fawning over that baby, and they're so cute, and you dress them in the little stuff, and you lotion their back, and all this, and for some of us, it's hard to let that feeling go and move into that baby is an adult. It's hard for us to let that go. And we have to, you know, wake the fuck up. And this baby that you love so much is grown. Grown. Now there's, you know, adult, there's grown, there's different definitions for both of those, you know. But going on the show for us is a new beginning. It really is. You know, we don't have it down right yet. We haven't used the tools we was given because we're both fucking crazy. But I think that, excuse me, now I can respect the cooling off period more. If she need time to cool off to get a level head about what you're saying, because one of the problems is being an older parent. Being an older parent, we were raised a certain way. Like, even if you wanted to kill your parent, you better not look like it on your motherfucking face, and you better not never say nothing about it, nowhere where we can hear, because at that time, in my time, you get fucked the fuck up, physically. We don't do that like that no more. We don't choke you out, make you go get switches and get belts and motherfucking what's that racetrack tracks.
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels fucking track. That was a real whooping right there. Whop. You know, that shit, in our culture, it didn't seem like no kind of child abuse. That's just the way it was. You're going to get fucked up, and depending on where you fuck up, you might get fucked up where you at, and then get fucked up again. Now, I'm not calling it capital punishment. I think that, personally, I think that works, but who wants to really do that? Who really wants to hit their kid? Who really wants to choke their kid out except for them sick motherfuckers that we grew up under? You know, we don't really want to do that. So when you don't do that, you have to really stick to your restriction, you know, that you put a kid on restriction. You can't have this, you can't do that. But then I'm a fucking pussy, I'm a softie. Maybe it is the guilt, like Iyanla said. And, you know, my kid can set the fucking house on fire. I want to choke her out. And the next day she asked me, can she go to a party and bat them little lies? I'm like, okay, bring your ass on by, you know, 3:30. Shit like that. I'm just not good at keeping my standing my ground. And you wouldn't think that your kid could punk you like that, but that is like one of the only people who probably can. Punk me again and again and again is my kid, because I just can't say no for long. And that's a, you know, character fault as well. Because you gotta be able to say no to these kids and mean it and stick to it. Since we can't beat you up no more and shit. Or why they stop that when I get ready, when I have a kid? Why didn't they stop it when Danelle have her kid?
Since we can't beat you up no more.
No. But also when I'm happy to say And actually, the people have said that I lost weight since that episode, because there were three people on that show: Danelle, me, and my motherfucking neck. But because I hate I hate the side of my fucking neck. I'm like, you fat neck, and they say it on the internet. I know had a fat neck. I still got a fat neck, but it ain't fat like it was. And those outfits I had on were really fly, but they would flop around so big, everything looked like a tent, but it don't when you stand up on stage, whatever. Um, I, in the part where they showed me and I was saying, I'm gonna take a chair and break this window and get the fuck out of here. They showed me, and then they talked downstairs about Luenell's getting impatient and she's tired of waiting, and so she wants somebody to go talk to her. Well, Shirley Caesar would have got tired of waiting because it was fucking 4 hours. They didn't. It wasn't 45 minutes. I'm like, hey, what's going on down there? I sat in that bitch 4 hours in that room by myself, thinking and whatever the fuck they wanted me to do, which is this part of the process, but nobody told me this is part of the process. They just left me in there to see how long it was going to take before I blew. 4 hours. That's how long it takes. That's how long it takes before I blow my motherfucking top. And they were kind to me. The shit I said about if somebody don't come talk to me, tell me what the fuck this is. Plus, in this mansion, I know my daughter's here somewhere in a room. What the fuck? But I can't get to her, and that was irritating. And then my manager William was there, and he was in another room secluded. They cut him out the show totally. Sorry you didn't make the cut, Bill. Anyway. So that's what happened when the people had to come up and see me. And I will say, the counselor that they had come up to see me, they showed her she was like, I think she's probably mixed with like Puerto Rican or something like that, and black, and she had long curly hair, and she had a beautifully calm, like earth chick, demure type personality, and she wasn't condescending or anything like that. But she was able to count, the wolf. They made a little wolf song, a little wolf mask.
Yeah.
Very creative team at Fix My Life. But she calmed the little wolf and down and all that kind of stuff. And then I knew that my daughter and I were not going to cut up nor act up, because that's not what we do out in the public. Black folks are some of the best secret keepers ever. And nobody who ever met my daughter and I would ever think that we had any problems. If you just look at her social media and look at me, Happy Me, and every now and then you might see a post from her about me. And she had to calm me down from posting about her. Like, Mom, like, it can't be your WCW every fucking day. My baby is my woman. Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So I might have been a little bit obsessive. But when you have a kid like me, I was 36 when I had my daughter, and I had, never carried a pregnancy full term in my life, never wanted to, had one abortion at 18, and the whole bunch of fucking, and never got pregnant. I was like, well, this is it. He must have sterilized me. I'm good. But my mother passed away. The woman who raised me, my birth mother, but the woman who raised me passed away, my aunt. And I don't know what happened. The Lord stepped in. Because I was going down a really dark hole of depression, and then a month after my aunt passed away, I got pregnant. Like what? And I was doing all the wrong shit, still partying and drinking, smoking weed, and I didn't even acknowledge. I couldn't. I said, "Oh no, this can't be real. I know I'm not pregnant." The Lord wouldn't let me have no baby without my mama. I don't know nothing about having no babies. I don't know nothing about birthing no baby. I was like, this ain't happening. I must have a tumor or something like that. And I'm gonna go deep, people, but this is real talk. I after a couple months, and my roommate kept saying, "You gonna have a baby? Y'all gonna have a baby?" Because we was up in there, I was walking to the store to get some orange juice because I was pregnant and carless. So I was walking to the store to get some orange juice. No, I had woke up one day and I was like, God, if I'm to have this baby, send me a sign. And I went out to Stockton to where my aunt's buried and went to her grave. And I said, tell me what to do. Like, am I to have this kid? Am I to have this baby? Like, let a feather drop. Let me see a dandelion or something. Send me a sign. And the next day I was walking to the store to get some orange juice, and I walked by a car and I saw my reflection in the car window. And it's like overnight my stomach went bloop like that, and I was like, oh my God. So after that I started taking my prenatal vitamins, this and that and the other. And then I had this beautiful baby. This beautiful, beautiful girl. That was like gonna be my best friend, and that I wasn't gonna do like I was done, and that I was gonna protect and make sure that she had every motherfucking thing she ever needed and most of the shit she wanted. And when I left, it wasn't easy for me. I didn't just okay, bye, I gotta go do these shows. Which she didn't know what shows were at 5 and 6 and 7. She didn't know. She couldn't see what I was talking about and doing. And I never thought about what she thought, I never thought about what she thought. And then we would both cry so much that I had to build up a wall and be able to be like, bye, and I'm gone. Or else I would just keep crying and keep crying. So my daughter has learned that from me as well. Now, to just say that the experience was a good one is an understatement. Like, Iyanla absolutely positively did not fix our life, This is her last season. I hope they don't try to do a follow-up. Did they fix it? No. But she did open the door of my heart to be able to receive criticism without being defensive and without going off. AWF. Wolf. But just the way that it is that our children want to be talked to, we want to be talked to the same way. And that is, a problem because like I said earlier, we were raised in an era where what we really felt didn't matter. And these kids are very about letting you know how they feel. And you can do that. But there is still a level of verbal respect that I expect to go on from my generation to her generation to her children's generation. She probably won't recognize it till you have your own kid. No parent wants to be talked to any old kind of way. And even when we talk to you any old kind of way, you need to be able to tell us, shut the fuck up, or you hurt my feeling in a way that you don't use those words. Because, shut the fuck up and stuff like that, we can't compute. Like, our hand starts to fucking ball up into a motherfucking fist. It's a reflex if you say some shit like that. And then we have to do like this so we we can receive anything, but you guys just find a kind of way to sit us down sometime with no TV on or nothing. Just take our hand and look us in the eye and we can and talk to us where we can feel you instead of just both of us going back and forth, I don't need each other. So I ain't gonna say that I changed overnight. The jury's still out. And I ain't gonna say that she gonna change overnight because I was not the only one there with issues. That's the other thing I wanted to say. That one of the only things I felt bad about, well, two, felt bad about on the show was it showed all the issues that she had with me, but it didn't get to address any of the issues that I had with her. So that shit we are working out in real time, not on TV. You know what I mean? But there's some issues with her too, and she knows them, and we're a work in progress. We're a work in progress. Also, when I came in, when the van pulled up to the comedy club in the beginning of the show, and I came in, it was like, "Hi, get up on stage." I was like, "Whoa, wait, what?" And that's when I said, "We're not gonna get to know each other first, and sit down and talking." No, you talk about your life on stage. I never seen you on stage. Get up on stage. I'm like, I did it, but inside I was like, "You motherfucking bitch! I don't even do this at the fucking real club when I work and get paid. I come in for a minute and we sit down, maybe introduction, whoop de whoop, and tell me how the shit's gonna go." But I'm not a reality show, expert. I don't know that it's from the moment your feet hit the ground, or even in the vehicle on the way to the place, you are on. Like, nobody says action, but you are on. Excuse me, there's cameras. And so I just wasn't down. That was the first thing that irritated me. I wasn't down with just walk in and get up on stage, so I did the best that I could. I gave Iyanla a present at the end because I felt like she gave us a gift and I gave her one. I brought that with me in hopes of a show going like it did, which it did. I didn't want to end up being one of those. Everybody probably thought I was going to be one to turn up. I have a heart. I am a person. Like, something's wrong with my kid, even though it's TV. I'm not turning up for good TV. I don't have to. Neither does she. We are good enough to watch. Just being ourselves. But I brought that bracelet in hopes that things would end on a soft note, which they did. And that is why I gave her, a beautiful, this unique urban rocks stone bracelet. It wasn't some plastic shit from, pennies.
Rainbow.
No, rainbow. I thought, now see, you almost made me throw this glass at you that I'm so, protective of. You didn't say rainbow. Nigga. Oh, that's hilarious. See, it's not just me and my family. But here's the other thing. The messages I received, and my daughter says her as well. The messages I received from men as well as women. Men with boys, men that are separated from their children for whatever reason. Mothers and daughters that watch the show together. The comments that I've gotten everywhere in my Facebook, in my Messenger, my DM, have been 100% positive. 100%. And inspirational and motivating and supportive. You're right. It wasn't hard to see that. It wasn't easy to see that on TV and know that here motherfucker Juno and some of their friends, everybody go watch it. But I figured that this is the own network. They're not known for wretched, And if I'm going to take my daughter to a safe place to expose herself, let it be on own, not on Jerry Springer or Maury or fucking any of that shit. I knew that Iyanla was going to handle us with integrity and compassion, and I appreciate that. Some of this shit was for TV, and I already told you what that was. But I'm in the television industry, film and television stand-up industry, so I know what it is. And it's about making good TV. And if you can make good TV and be sincere at the same time, then that's a win-win for everybody. So, let me see. I want to know what's going on in the chats, Zach.
The chats, they're asking about several moments in the show.
Did I cover any of them? Or
that's rhetoric. When we were talking about the empathy for the child and stuff. Yeah.
I've always had a problem with my birth mother, who was pregnant with me when her husband, my father, got murdered by her brother, and she made the decision to let me go with another family. My dead father's sister and her husband, still family. One of them was family. The other one was family by marriage. My aunt was family. The man she was married to was family by marriage. He was an asshole. And while I grew up with, beautiful things, and I always knew about my brothers and sisters. I would kind of spend summers with my brothers and sisters. But you got to look at, there's 7 of them, and they're doing hand-me-downs, and they're making it the best way they can. And I'm coming from California with a suitcase full of little matching short sets and motherfucking sandals to go with that, and then berets to go with that, and all that, and all that. And it's like, look at this bitch. You know? So I had a time repairing all of that, and getting bonded with my brothers and sisters, being like, look, I'm not bougie like that. Fuck all that. Like, I would have rather been here with y'all. You have no clue how much I would have rather been here with y'all. But it didn't work like that. And circumstances that happened to me when I was separated from them and alone, made me who I am. And this shit is absolutely armor. This shit is what protects me from the bad guys out there that want to hurt your feelings and fuck over you or play you. And I'm just very happy to say that now my brothers and sisters and I have a wonderful relationship. The nieces and nephews and, for the most part, certain first cousins, we are really all good. And that's why when they called me and they were like, well, are you having any problems with your family? Like, you want to bring your husband on? No. Want to bring what about brothers and sisters? We hear you got a bunch of brothers and sisters. Want to bring your brothers and sisters on? Hell no!
Can you imagine?
Hell no! Can I? Wait a minute, Zach. Many years ago, we talked about trying to go on Family Feud. We said that won't work either. Somebody's gonna cuss and walk off. Somebody's just too stupid. Somebody's
gonna call you. Steve Harvey gonna call you.
Oh no, not even the Steve Harvey edition. The fucking
long before
the one with the guy from Match Game, Richard, whatever his name was, his edition. I said no, we can't do no TV, baby. Not my family. They too real for TV, really. Like no.
The game wouldn't be played.
No. It would just go all the way left.
They're asking please do Family
producers and none of that shit. My family don't care about none of that shit. We are the original motherfucking reality show. You remember when that girl came, Renee? Came to Arkansas and filmed all of it? Do you remember all that?
I do remember that.
And she was gonna, do a show about my family back then. And then she went on to Big Freedia, and she produced Big Freedia and made money and lived happily ever after. And just left us. The abandonment. So, okay, and then tell me another question or something.
So the messages from your other comics, your girlfriends.
Kim Whitley, Sherry Shepard, and the great Oakland born and bred Laura Hayes.
So sweet.
My B. That couldn't have been any more wonderful to show the female mother comedy community, supporting one another. And that's how it is. I don't know why people believe this myth that there's beef amongst black female comics. There absolutely is not. Everybody says something snarky about somebody every now and then, but that's what comics do. We can take it. But as far as like don't want to fuck with nobody, there's few and far between. You know, few and far between. We generally support each other. At least the OGs do. I'm not in the young circle, so I don't know how they do. I'm not a cyber banger. I don't insta bang and all that shit. I'll be at the club later. What you want to do?
How did you feel about collecting all of that baggage?
Oh, I didn't know. I knew she was gonna have some little exercise,
some props,
I knew she was gonna have some little trick up her sleeve. I'm just glad there was not one that was heavy. Those bags was empty, except for math. I didn't see no that motherfucker carry bricks and shit. I'm like, bitch, wait a minute. I'm not. I knew she was gonna have some little thing, but as I found out what the bags were for and what came out of the bags, coming out of your bag type thing, then I got to exercise. I went there. I went there being receptive. Except don't leave me in this motherfucking room this long. But other than that, I went there being receptive. And there was other scenes that were cut out. Like they gave us a diary. Some people even had an iPhone that they would. I don't think we might have too. Had an iPhone that we were to record our innermost thoughts and stuff as we thought in our room about the next day and stuff, and gave us a journal. That's why if you saw me on Instagram with the Iyanla Fix My Life, like green journal, yeah, we were to write down our innermost thoughts and stuff. Not once did we ever refer to the journal nor the tape. They shouldn't ask us about none of that shit. That was some mindfuck shit.
Busy work.
Yeah, busy ass work. I could have been watching HBO. So I brought the journal home, of course, but I took out my innermost thought pages and I set them on fire.
Just gave them back to the universe.
Gave them back to the Lord. Okay, what else, Zach?
Something else. They're asking, did you ever have a relationship with your biological mother?
Yes, I had a relationship with my biological mother. I knew who she was. She knew who I was. I would come out there when I came out to see my brothers and sisters in the summertime. My mother was there, and my mother lived to see my daughter get born. Janelle met her grandmother maybe twice, 3 times when she was young. So my mother did live to see me have a child, one child. And then also when Iyanla said you were raised a single child, raising a single child. I was like, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Yes, we did have a relationship.
Let me check some more. What was the hardest thing you had to hear from Danelle?
That Iyanla asked her, is your mother a good person? She said no. And then saying that I don't know her and she don't know me. That really was terrible because she does know me. She knows everything I would do and say. She fucking tell me, and she just make me mad because she do me right. So she does know me. The fact that she thinks I don't know her, and I don't, was a little hard to take. But we're working on that. And we have some name of some therapists, because I said I want a female. I want her to be black. It'd be great if she was a mother. And I want that type of professional. So we're doing some research when I get back to LA. And 2021, COVID, everybody sit over there, can't nobody hit nobody, and off to therapy we go. Black folks got to fucking man up. You want to stay crazy all your goddamn life? Shit. Do you want some fucking help? I've been crazy for fucking, 38 years.
I had a question. So when they had you sitting upstairs for all that time, and then they were like, "Turn on the lights." Like, were you in the dark?
No, I wasn't in the dark.
Okay.
There was no light turned on. It was a nice, beautiful home, sparsely furnished.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a upstairs loft type area where I was walking around. I was like, ooh, this would be cool because it was a kitchen up there and like 2 bedrooms up there and a nice bathroom. I said, now this is the way you have the kids if they stay with you. Get your ass upstairs in your own little suite and don't come down unless you leave it. Because they really had a full kitchen up there. It was nice. It was comfortable. There was a sofa bed and the table, and they brought me lunch. But ain't nobody told me shit. And I'm like, well, okay, but, is it anybody here? Are you guys at lunch? Like, I didn't know who was in the house, who wasn't in the house. The fuck?
They said on a positive note, both you and Danelle's makeup was on point during the show.
I was mad at my daughter. I said, as much fabulous shit as you got to wear. And, excuse me, and as much, fabulous you always got your hair. Danelle looked like she'd been in a fucking street fight that second day when she had the hair. I was mad about that. I'm like, you're fabulous. Be fabulous, bitch.
She can't even do the work.
Yeah. Yeah, she can't even do the work. But I can do the work and be fabulous.
So when Wendy talked about it before it aired, she made it sound more tantalizing than it was.
Well, because before I did it, and when I did it, and when I finished, and when we were at the end, I knew that whether I agreed with everything or not, I knew that it was going to resonate with working mothers. I knew that whether you're a comic or whether you're a singer or whether you are, makeup artist or if you work nice, or if you're an essential worker or you're in the military, I knew that working mothers would relate to this, period. And with the comments I've got, it has opened up a dialogue between mothers and daughters, and if we even did that, we've done a lot, I think,
So many of the comments are you, as a mother with a teenage daughter, it really helped me, and it was a really great episode, and it taught me a lot.
See, well, golly, that's what I'm talking about. We
That's
didn't even know. We didn't know that we were going to get this kind of positive feedback. And I hope one day that my daughter does come on with me, talk about her experience doing that. Because we're going to keep talking about it.
And then we're going back to business.
Maybe 2 more weeks and back to my knee. And
then we got movies coming out.
Yeah, I got movies coming out.
She's
like
dancing.
That. We're going to do the work. It's not going to all be on social media. So.
Let me find. Anymore.
Okay, cool. Because I don't have my first. I'm doing 3 interviews after the show today. One's at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. And just one is gonna be 2. Oh, I need you to put some on my laptop, Zach. I'll show you what it is. Just remind me.
I'll write it down.
I'll put like.
Yeah,
I used to do it.
Well, it's recorded now, so we're not gonna forget.
I need you to help me do something, baby. When you become an auntie, you can ask for help. They get exasperated when you're the parent. I asked Danelle to help me with shit. Sherry asked Zach to help with shit. Like, we can, call Liz. Just all y'all do, blah, 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 blah. But if you're the auntie, they be like, okay,
I'll do
auntie.
that. It's true.
Okay, auntie, come on, do it. I'll help you do this.
Yeah, ask her where your nails are.
Anybody asking what my nails are
Y'all ain't been around.
are not a
lunatic.
Not a loyal fan, because baby, we talking about 7 months. They've been going block that motherfucker. Who is that? I'll block your ass. That's my favorite button on the phone. Block. I block motherfuckers every day. I probably block about 20 motherfuckers a day.
They said they want to see your outfit. Can you show off your shawl for us?
Oh my God! Shit now. Wait a minute. I ain't ready just because I'm a Savage X Fenty lingerie model. Don't mean that I'm model on command, child. But this is, I didn't bring no clothes with me. I didn't. I brought like 3 t-shirts, Well, one of my shirts said "Black Lives Don't Matter" on the front.
Oh,
And on the back, it said, I wish a motherfucker would. Then I have a couple other T-shirts. One says the Grammys from the Grammys last year when my daughter danced with Lizzo and shit like that. So she gave me this. This is just a.
Bill said no pants.
Yeah, I ain't got no pants on, so I can't really stand up. You don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. No, no. Rest in peace, Jermaine Stewart. Yeah, so this is about all you're gonna get, baby. But
Yeah, you got your Karen free nails.
yes, these hands are. Don't try Jesus. Don't try me, cause I lay hands. I'm gonna be singing that every week until they fucking get it.
Yeah, people say they remember this song.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Rest in peace, Jermaine. I put some up
on the carpet.
I know, right?
I'm being Febreze and spraying.
This is Jermaine Dupri. I mean, Jermaine Stewart. Oh God.
Oh, Jermaine Dupri.
I done sent so many prayers today, Lord. Okay, this is Jermaine Stewart. That's all.
How would you overall rate the experience from 1 to 10?
I would, because of the responses, because of the communiques I've gotten from people, and my daughter as well, I would have to rate it a 10. You know? And plus, you know, like I said, we can't get fixed overnight, but it has opened up a different dialogue and a different approach, you know, like one of my pet peeves is when my daughter don't call me to say hi till 3 or 4 or 5 in the evening. I'm like, really? Like, I'm not the first thing you think of when you wake up in the morning? Folgers in your cup and me? The fuck? She's like, Mom, I got you. But you know, these kids like to sleep till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You too. I mean, in the afternoon. And so it never occurred to me that you're not already up. Never even occurred to me because you know what I done already today. So you know, I'm letting that go. And like when she reaches out, she'll have time to talk. If she don't, you know, she's okay and she's just doing her thing. Whatever. So. All right, let me see. Let me look on here, babe. Let me see if I can see some photos.
They're asking about some
stuff.
Oh
my Cash App, my dumb ass. I went a whole fucking hour not pimping the game.
I've been in the comments.
Is that right? Oh, Lord, honey, Cash App, baby, Cash App. It's not too late to donate.
Amen.
Cash App, the $, HeyLuenell. If you support this show, if you want to contribute to me and my daughter's motherfucking therapy fund, then please, I'm serious. We'll take $1 at a time. Not really, we don't want $1. But, you know, $5 and a Cash App, $, HeyLuenell to donate to Janelle and my therapy fund. That's real tough. I will really use some of that for that. You know, for real, because they're not going to pay my rent. Mm-hmm. But if you on that Maddie Mob, you know T.S. Madison? Mm-hmm. Baby, I did T.S. Madison YouTube show, Hunchy. And when I got out the phone, I almost got a blister from accepting all the Cash Apps. I'm like, what? What level of the game is this?
We had 1,001 people watching.
Oh. Well, I hope that I was able to convey to you the positivity that we got from the show with a little humor because that's what I do. Do you realize I haven't heard any applause since March 9th?
It's crazy. After 30 years.
After 30 years of continuous on the up climb, being on the underground.
Sold out shows.
Sold out shows, great movies. Coming to America, Amazon Prime, December 18th. You know, I never thought that I would not hear applause. It's one of my favorite sounds. Kids laughing and applause.
They're clapping in the comments.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you get this emoji.
Yeah, and, you know, for both of us, my daughter and me, and my nephew Zachary, for the creative ones of us. the people out there, the dancers out there, the singers, the musicians. I even had to reach out to some of my hooligans. Shout out to my hooligans. Bruno Mars, 24 Karat Magic World Tour, baby. The hooligans, everybody's band, the blues singers, jazz singers, uh, everybody I know that's creative. My friends, Kindred the Family Soul, and you know, just everybody who is not working right now. My baby Albie Sure, who I talked to right before I came, wasn't I in the bathroom talking to Albie Sure? Zachary? Yes, that's my boo thing. The ones of us who are not doing what it is we was born to do right now, we're having a hard time. My daughter had a hard time too. It's everyone, because she is a dancer. Dancers want to dance. Thank God she started advertising that she's teaching now, teaching some classes. So at it's Danelle though, ITSDANELLEDOEE. You can rewind that. And if you want to like make a video, a TikTok video or something, you need some choreography, or you want to maybe do it then, because we're gonna do. Oh, you don't know about it.
I don't know about it yet. Don't let them know.
We're doing something.
Okay.
We're doing something for Thanksgiving. The sisters are doing something for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I'm putting Trink on that one.
They love the sisters.
If you need any of that kind of help, just holler at my daughter, because she's doing unwind and stuff like that, COVID-free choreography and dance lessons. Everybody's been low-key depressed, and it's hard to recognize depression sometimes. My nephew's depressed. He was on his way to fucking Broadway. He was about to take, and he still will be one day. Even the bubonic plague ended one day. So, he's going to be on Broadway. I'm going to be back on stage in front of you guys, loving you and serving you, because I'm only your humble servant, in the comedy game, and making everybody happy. My daughter will be dancing on a more regular and consistent basis again, like she was. When you can't do that, no matter if you're a wrestler or ballerina or, barber, anything, because they shut all that shit down too. So, yeah, we all are going through something right now. And, a race war on top of it, and daily updates about black folks getting fucked over. It's been a lot. Okay, maybe give me a couple of more questions, and then I should probably start.
They're asking what you're sipping on. Oh, what was the most empowering thing you left Iyanla with?
I think the most empowering thing that I left Iyanla with is that we got work to do. Everybody's not going to do the work. Some people are going to just live in the dysfunction and the embarrassments and the name callings and the headaches and the hate. So we really are going to get some professional help, and we are going to try to get over the hump. So, all right, well, I think that,
You just got a super chat from Jenny for $50.
Jenny, who can I run to?
And people in the comments saying they've smashed that Cash App. So let's plug it one more time.
Okay, Cash App. To donate to Luenell and Danelle's mental health fund. $, HeyLuenell, HeyLuenell. What's that once again? $, HeyLuenell, LueHeyLuenell. You'd be surprised how many people I got to spell hey for. They go, hey, H-A-Y. No, not hey like you eat hey if you're a horse. Hey, like, hey, how you doing? Okay, how you spell that?
I don't know. You might just
got 3 letters, you illiterate fuck.
You might need to wait till you can get a ticket.
Fuck
and just show up someplace.
Yeah, don't write nothing.
You might.
Okay. So anyway, I I just want once again to thank everybody out there for supporting us, supporting mothers and daughters and relationships and fathers and sons and fathers and daughters and mothers and sons and all that kind of stuff. Because the parental and child relationship changes, and you have to be ready for the change. You know, I'm not ready. I'm not ready, but I'm working on it. So I'm gonna put my Malcolm X glasses back on and get ready to do an interview tonight with Storm Monroe and to thanks baby, and to do. I'm gonna tell you who I got interviews with, but you'll know because if you get the notification, you know, subscribe down there. Share this video with somebody who might want to see it. Send them the Iyanla episode, which is on YouTube right now. Then send them this episode right after. You don't know who you might be helping, you know? Because I certainly didn't know. And amen.
All right, we can go out with the theme song.
What was I looking for?
Who you were being interviewed by tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God you're paying attention.
I am.
Because there's always a test. That was a test.
I passed it!
Let's see. I know I gotta do an interview with, like I said, Storm Monroe at about 10:30, 9:30, something like that. And then I have a Christian show that I'm doing live on. You just have to, if you subscribe to this Instagram, then maybe you get a notification say Luenell is going live with blah, blah, blah. Because I can't remember.
On Insta.
You guys are rock stars, so you talk about some support. I've had some support from comedy. I've had some support and all that, but this has really been amazing. I just want to end by saying we are sending big, huge, giant kisses, hugs, and prayers up to my brother in comedy, my homie, you know, my mentor, Sinbad, who, you know, has suffered a stroke, and we don't know the seriousness of the stroke yet. I haven't been able to get any responses from anybody yet, but we're just going to pray for him because, you know, he needs it right now, and he deserves it. So having said that, do I play my theme song?
Let's play the theme song
on my iPad?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, they make me nervous. You just talk
See,
too slow.
I'll put it up there.
Okay.
It should be right on that last.
Oh, that's the YouTube thing that was right there.
Let me see. Let me see.
There's a name for this.
It's right there.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Please comment. If you see a heart, I don't know how technologically astute y'all is, because I write people and I never know what they write back because I don't know if they got a heart or nothing like that. I just say what I got to say and go on. But we're going to go out right now with my theme song to my show, HeyLuenell, written and composed by William Hanford Jr. That's right, Next Wave DLZ in the motherfucking building, the Funk Lab. I thank you guys for watching. And to my daughter and my friend, I love you, baby. All right, good night. Luenell, original banger. Luenell, original banger. Luenell. Luenell, original banger. Luenell, original banger. Luenell on YouTube.